What a great women's basketball game. It's the kind of game I love. It's the kind of game that it's called defense. And we both weren't going to relinquish a single point. And when we thought we had a 5-point lead, 2 steals, tie score, then we had to lock down and block a shot in order to retain a lead of 1 point. And it just, to me, if a lot of people don't see the game as beautiful as I do when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, today I saw 2 teams battle defensively, and it's just really a privilege to be a part of a game like this. Hats off to Auburn, who's an incredible team in the SEC. Hats off to Syracuse, who first time beating Auburn in 6 tries.
Take questions from student athletes. We'll start with you, Richard.
It's just for any of the players, like how do you guys kind of dig deep and pull out a win where the game's just kind of going back and forth and you need to just get some momentum there at the end?
Yeah, me and Uche were actually just talking before we walked in here, and it's really just like focusing on the next play. We made a lot of mistakes. Like, we have to watch the film and tighten up on a lot of stuff, but a thing that we never did was hang our heads, and I think that's what really brought us and kept us in the game and ultimately let us win the game. We got to just go next play and just see what we can do better, and then we'll watch the film after the game to improve.
Reese Allen, 24/7 Sports. Uche, you had 5 blocks today and also had 4 fouls. Your defensive presence was the turnaround for this team to win this game. How important is it for you to stay physically and imposingly in the game on defense, even when in foul trouble?
Sorry, one more. Okay, one more. Can you repeat the question?
The importance of your defensive presence even being in foul trouble.
How to not foul, even though you know that you had to stay there and help us defensively. What did you do defensively?
So discipline, and my teammate always got my back. So like, just no foul, just continue 4 fouls, and yeah.
The wall up is what we do.
Yeah.
Postgame's 89. Dominique, at the end of the game, they were really going with the full court press. You guys broke it more times than not. What kind of challenges did that full court press bring you guys?
Yeah, Sophie got on me a lot about being my pass, and I told her keep holding me accountable because she was 100% right. I cost her some turnovers that she didn't need, so I got to be a better teammate at that. But I think it's just learning. We're all new, and we're learning each other. Every game we're going to come with a new challenge, and I think we were able to overcome this challenge. And the next thing we got to learn from. So I think just staying poised. We knew we made some mistakes, and we just made those adjustments in game.
Harris Pemberton of the Daily Orange, for any of you guys who want to answer. You guys went 0 for 16 from 3 tonight, but just how do you find a way to stay in the game and still get buckets down low and just persist through those struggles and find a way offensively?
I mean, obviously, like, if they're the right shot, we're still going to take it. But knowing, like, having that confidence to shoot, because we know that we've got amazing rebounders down there. We've got UC, we've got Journey, we've got Aurora. Like, our bigs down there really give us the confidence to keep shooting, because even if we miss, we know we're going to get the rebound. So, just acknowledging that maybe the shots aren't going in, so finding other ways, like getting the ball inside a little bit more, that kind of thing, but still having the confidence to take those shots when we're ready and when we're open.
So can you take me through that defensive possession at the end where you got the steal before you hit those 2 free throws?
Honestly, the ball kind of just ended up in my hands.
Because your hands were out?
Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, I don't know who was playing on-ball defense, but I think their on-ball defense was you.
I think it might have been like
Whoever it was, they were playing really good on-ball defense and, caused that. Honestly, I think they caused that turnover, and I kind of just got the residuals of that. So, yeah, then I got the 2 free throws. We've shot a lot of free throws in my life, so, it's no different than any of the rest I've taken, so.
Harry Tidwell, News House Sports. You guys started a little slow today, but had that run to end the first quarter, then started the second so strong. Can you just speak on how you're able to shift the momentum so much?
Yeah, I think as a team we do a great job in huddles, dead balls, and just communicating, especially in timeouts. Everybody speaks up on what they see and what the improvements we can make and adjustments. So I think just having a team that's vocal about what we see, it doesn't matter if people even checked in the game or not, they're still talking and telling us what we can do better, and we're just really open to listening. And I think that's what keeps us in the ball games, and while we're able to adjust and have a run that we did.
Yeah, Joey Cicini, Newhouse Sports Media Center. This is for anybody here. I think another factor is the hustle and off-ball presence, especially in the offensive glass. For any of you guys here, what's sort of that philosophy on the court that you guys have, that you just get into that second gear and go after those second effort shots?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew they were going to play hard, so specifically this game we wanted to play harder, so getting those second chance points is part of that. And I think just it gives the shooters the confidence to keep shooting when you know that you've got those rebounders down there.
Dominique, we've seen time and time again this game, you getting to your spots on the court so patiently. What type of work have you been doing in the offseason to prepare you for big games like this where you need to get to your spot and hit big shots?
A lot of work. Comes with repetition, but at the end of the day, it really comes to confidence, like mentally. I could put as much work as I want, but if I don't have the confidence, it's not going to go in, or I won't believe it will go in. So I think for me, what's really been the game changer is just the mental side of the game. And then also, if I feel like I'm in my head, I try to give to my teammates, and that kind of gets me out of my head and just be positive and encouraging other teammates and giving them confidence. And then, it's kind of weird because then I get confidence back. So, yeah, reps are great, but I think it's really just the mentality that when it comes down to it, I know I'm going to help my team win big shots, or I'm going to make a play so my other teammate can make a big shot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thanks, ladies.
All right, Jake Klein, I'll start with you for questions for Coach Jack.
Coach, end of the first quarter there, it seemed like, it was a slow start offensively, and it seemed like the gap was starting to get pretty wide. And then Sophie had a steal and a transition bucket, and then next possession, Angelica does the exact same thing, and you cut it to 5, and then, pull ahead in that second quarter. Just how big was that stretch at the end of the first?
We know it's a game of runs, and teams that play defense as ferocious as we do in Auburn, you're going to get tired. And we just was waiting on the gassing to take place on their side. And we discovered that it was on its way. And Coach Casey is really smart, and he's like, don't do anything yet. They're tired, and we're not. And we made some good steals, and that got lucky there, and we finished. And we knew that he was going to shorten the bench. Once he played the big kid for a couple seconds, realized he wasn't going to be an issue for us. He had to shorten his bench, and now he has to go 7 deep. And he kept trying to make some decisions that way. So we knew it was going to be a closer game than that gap that we saw. It was just a matter of when we were going to get our wind. We didn't know we were going to go over 16 from the outside. But defensively, when you play that hard, sometimes that other stuff doesn't take place. So,
Coach, just how would you assess your team's fight tonight?
Ferocious. We understand that this is not about basketball. This is a microcosm of life. And we talked about for the last 2 days, this is your story, this is your journey. If no one shows up and cheer you on, if the officials show up and the other opponent shows up, let them know your story. What is it? What's it about? How much do you value your story? And we got on that piece more than we watch film. I'm not a believer of watching the opponent with my team on multiple occasions, because I think it's about, at this age of my life, I think it's their time to tell their story their way. And how do you do that? You focus on them. And we did a lot of things about just us. And I just thought that was really prominent out there, that they really wanted the world to see who they really are. They represent a great conference. The ACC is one of the best conferences in the country, and it says taking the lull. Maybe our top tier people are struggling a little bit, and maybe it's time for us to step up, and today we did.
Coach, I'm not sure if it was you or maybe a different coach, but just entering overtime, I mean, what's that huddle like? What are you telling your players? Just kind of what's the vibe of the team there?
Told them we're built for this. Nobody said that you're going to just get the contract. They might have to go and go overtime and stay 2 more hours, 4 more hours, 8 more hours, whatever it takes. As long as you got breath in your body, you defend what you think belongs to you. You guys ready? Let's go out there and show them what we're made of. And that's all we talk about. I'm not the best coach in the world, but I am a person that believes that I can untap somebody's ability to believe in themselves. And they went out there and showed what they were made of.
And there's been a lot of players in the past that have kind of taken that leadership role. Were there any specific ones today that maybe led the team entering overtime?
It was a collective. UC was the staple for sure. But we needed a guard, and we just kept trying them. We put Liv out there. She did a great job. Jello did a good job. To sub her out, we had Shy out there. We had Layla. She struggled a little bit, but then that fire came, and she went right face first into that fire. Give me the ball. Get everybody out the way. I've never seen Layla bring the ball down the floor. She demanded the ball. And I said, go get it down. She said she won't give it to me. And what did she do? She hit 2 big buckets, man. And that's who she is. You don't win 72 games in high school straight and go to these elite places because you're cute. She is pretty, but she's a bull. And she showed us what it looks like to be in a fire and with under composure.
We're going to go right here and then we're going to go back.
Coach, what makes Auburn's defense so tough to score against?
They're fast, they're athletic, they're angle smart, they're savvy, they're small, but they can jump. I mean, I think one of our bigs out there shot blocked by one of their point guards. And it's just that, you know, you can't take people like them for granted. They are just athletic. And, I mean, those are top-tier kids that came from great schools. And we knew that we were in a dogfight 2 days ago when we saw it on the schedule. So that's what I think it was.
It took until, really overtime, last 2 minutes for Layla to heat up. 4-15 shooting for her tonight. What does it say about your team where you could beat Auburn in a close, gritty game without Layla really finding her stroke until late?
Our family versus their team. You know, when the sister's down because she's struggling with some part of her game, next person up. And that's what I love about it. This summer, our captains did a tremendous job of bringing everybody together, saying, we're in this together. There's nobody better or bigger than the next person. We've had a large gap of time when Dominique wasn't in the game too, right? But, Jello and Liv, they managed the game for us. And Shy did her job. And I know it's cliche and it sounds kind of corny, but we're not about Layla or Dom or UC. We're about Syracuse women's basketball. Our story's going to be told through our family.
Last 2 questions for Coach. Here and then Coach.
You spoke about earlier, you've never seen Layla like this, that fire in her eyes. And even though she struggled, she still demanded the ball and still wanted to, win this game for her team. What is the culture around the locker room that makes her so comfortable and confident in the moments, even when she's struggling?
I'm a coach that believes that if you think that you're the one, all we can do is not score more points than the opponent. There's nobody's gonna. I'm not a doctor, right? I'm not, a major person in this world. I'm just a person that has a key to some of your dreams. I say here, you take the key and you drive us to where you would think we need to go. And we're gonna learn lessons, right? And so I think that all summer long we've been preaching that, and I think that she realizes that I'm that type of coach. You've done the work, man. You've made the 6 a.m. practices and you ran the mile in the right time. You did the champions. Now, let's see where your confidence is. This game is a microcosm of life. And I mean, I see the fire in her eye. I'd never seen her ask for the ball. That's what I'd ever seen. And she demanded the ball. And when somebody wins as much as she do, you just sit back and get your popcorn and say, okay, take me home.
Coach, you're 7-1 now. You got a Big 12 win. Now you got an SEC win. What do you hope that the rest of the ACC and the rest of the country has learned about Syracuse?
I don't really care about what people think. It's 3 words. We want more. We're coming after everybody that's in our way, in our dreams. And we're going to learn lessons and we're going to win. What does that look like? We'll find out in March. But our story's going to be told as we go. What's the words that we say? We're going to see it through. Thank you so much for all you do for women's basketball.